Hey there. I am Stacy Johnson, and I am here today to talk about the physical symptoms of stress and why they impact our day and what are physical symptoms for one, but then how do we get rid of them? And so, do you walk around most days with either a headache, a pressure on your chest, like an almost like an elephant is sitting there, or tension in your neck or shoulders, lower back pain, stiffness in other joints, or digestive symptoms. Those are all symptoms of our body giving you a clue to say, stop. Stop what you're doing and take care of this stress. But a lot of times we walk around forgetting or ignoring those signs, not forgetting, just ignoring them. And then we take, ibuprofen, Tylenol, Aleve. So we spend money on masking these symptoms and not taking care of them. Or even maybe even going to a doctor. I know that years ago, I had this neck strain and massages weren't taking it away. Heat wasn't taking it away. Ibuprofen wasn't taking it away. Stretching wasn't going away. Changing my posture didn't take it away. So I went to the doctor and off I went to physical therapy, spending money on copays, doing everything that they told me to. And ultimately, it ended up being stress. So maybe the physical pain got a little bit better, but until the stress was dealt with, I did not have any, changes until I dealt with the stress. So let's do a quick body scan. Nope, we do not need an MRI. We do not need a doctor to do this body scan. You're going to start at your, toes, and I want you to kind of close your eyes and do a assessment. Do your own assessment. Start with your toes and move all the way up. And I want you to comment below. What are you noticing? Where are you feeling pain at? Or do you walk around daily with pain? Comment below what kind of pain you are feeling. So like I said, we can have headaches, and these chronic headaches can turn into migraines, or we can have that chest tightness. We can even have, heightened blood pressure or heart rates. How about stomach, digestive issues, and then people end up getting diagnosed with IBS, or we have that mid back pain. So, evaluating our body symptoms is the first step. We want to know where they are. And we can do things like, so during the day, days bring on stress, right? And we experience it, and our cortisol or our stress hormone kicks in. On a typical day, I want that to kick in and give me that fight or flight response. And maybe I feel that headache or that real quick heart rate go up. Okay, that's my sign. If I let my dogs out the door and see a black bear in my yard, I want my stress response. I want to feel that fight or flight so that I know to take care of it. But if we ignore these symptoms daily and we allow it to build up to chronic stress, then that's where we have all these increased health problems and we need to take care of it. So, daily stressors, when they kick in and we notice them, we can do things like, shoulder shrugs, and we can hold it for, 30 seconds or so, and then release it. And we can feel that tension release. We can massage between our thumb and our forefinger, and that will release some of the tension that we feel. We can take deep breaths, imagine or look at a picture in your house. If it's a square, we can do the box breathing, even if it's a rectangle image, but box breathing. So we go breathe in for 4, hold it for 4, release it for 4, hold it for 4. So that box breathing can bring our system down so that we can be more aware of what is going on. And then we can use mindfulness techniques so that we can become more aware of what is happening in that moment. What do I need to problem solve right now? But over time, if we ignore these symptoms, they turn into chronic stress. And chronic stress will turn into things like anxiety, that overwhelmed feeling that you feel like you're drowning and you can't get away from it. And those are all things that only take care of like the physical things that I just talked about of helping reduce, but we have to look at the triggers and really start to develop a plans to release that chronic stress and anxiety, which might be developing a self-care plan, which I had talked about in another training. Or it's also looking at those first signs of, getting aware of that overwhelm. So what are the overwhelm triggers? And you can grab my illumination toolkit down in the comments where I shine a light in an illumination session where I shine a light on helping you recognize what are those overwhelm triggers so that you can develop a plan to deal with those more frequently so they don't build up. Because that is where we need to be more proactive, is dealing with those triggers so they don't build up. Because once they start building up, that's when we have those more chronic physical symptoms. But then also, when we deal with our daily stressors and don't allow them to build up, when we face a life storm or a shock event happens, like a divorce or someone passing away, a loved one passing away, or a sudden loss of a job, we're more equipped to deal with it because we've been dealing with all these other daily stressors more regularly and we don't let everything build up. If we are in a situation where we have allowed all of our emotions to build up and we're dealing with this overwhelm feeling already, and you're walking around with headaches and tension in your neck or lower back, when you experience a life shock, this event, then you are definitely going to have more physical symptoms. And you might even find yourself to the point where you have to be admitted to the hospital because your blood pressure has reached so high. Or you may end up finding yourself in a situation where you are isolating yourself more and avoiding going out because you're in so much pain. And so then you're not only dealing with those daily stressors, but now this life event has changed and you're finding yourself in situations that are even harder to deal with. And so, grab my illumination toolkit where I can help you start to look at all of those overwhelmed triggers and shine a light on how to deal with them now so that when life events happen, or if you've already experienced a life event and you're like, I am tired of feeling this way. I need to get rid of these physical symptoms so that I can enjoy life. That's also what this is about. And again, there are daily tricks that you can do to deal with those feelings of tightness in your body, and then deal with the stressful triggers. All right. I will talk to you soon.